Hello, friends. Welcome. The Craft Castle is still under a massive renovation, so I am recording another tutorial here somewhere in my house. Today, we are in the dining room. It is freezing outside, a whole 28 degrees, so I am underneath a blanket and some cozy clothes. And I'm getting ready to teach you something fun and exciting. Maybe not fun, but it is exciting. Um, the last tutorial that I did for running an Etsy shop was how to list an item, just how to work on your SEOs and how to put the descriptions in and the tags in and everything else like that. But there is another key factor here that needs to be worked on for your shop to be seen for from Google or even on the homepage. It's very, very, very important. And it is your shop, the main page of your shop. So many times that I see half written, um, what am I trying to say here? Like half written your about bios, or it's not filled in all the way, or like your like shop policies and stuff like that aren't filled in. And if those aren't filled in, that is showing that your customer that you're like not really wanting to sell, that you're not 100% committed. A lot of those things really do speak to a buyer. So setting up, and there are certain keywords that you're going to have to put into your shop in the way that you add it in there to where it will start showing up in Google or even on the Etsy homepage or anything else like that. So let's get started. I am going to drag this over and I'll float myself to the top. I always get this messed up. Every single time I'm like, oh, here we go, float to the top. Okay, so then you'll always see my face. I do talk with my hands a lot, so it's always important for me to like show my face just because I move my hands a lot. Okay, this is my homepage. This is something that I absolutely work on all the time to make sure that it looks amazing. And we'll give you what is going on here. I'll give you some tips along the way of how to set your own shop up. First and foremost, at the very top, you will see that I have my banner. It is just my name, my shop name, and then my tagline. Exactly, you could put, like my mother-in-law's, hers is like custom napkins because she sells cloth napkins. So she does like cloth napkins and she does baby blankets. So anything that you sell or your tagline or anything that says who you are, that's what you want to put into your let me take my watch off because it keeps clinking on the table. Okay, so anything that you want to put on there, it is fine. Essentially what you want is your shop name and then what you offer or what is it that brings them to the shop. Next on here is obviously it's going to be your name at the very top. This little line at the very bottom, do not put your tag on there. It used to be a long time ago that you would put, so I would put Falco Clan, and at the very bottom I would put like make every event memorable. That's what you used to want to put on there. But now, because Google SEOs and Etsy SEOs are such a huge deal, in this second line, you want to put what it is that you offer, what it is that you sell. If you go into Edit Shop, right here with the edit button, you'll want to edit that to exactly what it is that you're selling. So if someone were to be in Google and they would say they're looking for party supplies, hopefully in the Google ranking system, you will be going to the top because that's what it is. So if you sell necklaces, you need to have necklaces there. If you sell magnets, you need to have magnets there. Calendars, put calendars there. What you sell, it needs to go in there. And these are short key words. It doesn't need to be a long sentence. Don't put your tagline in anymore. Don't do that. Obviously, you want to make sure that you have your location set to where it is. A lot of people, especially nowadays, are shop local. And I get it all the time. When I used to live in Kentucky, near Lexington, people would be like, oh my gosh, I'm in Lexington. You're local to me. How cool. And then they want to shop because they're supporting a local market. Now in South Carolina, the craziest part about this is I live in Myrtle Beach and it's very touristy here. And so a lot of times I'm getting people that are like, I'm here on vacation. Can I pick up decorations from you? I'm celebrating a birthday here and I noticed that you're in Myrtle Beach. And so it's really, really, really important that you make sure that your tag of your location is where exactly you are. Okay. Next things that are very, very, very important is you can see that I have a picture of my face here and a picture of my face here. A long time ago, it was important for you to have your logo there. And it was like a branding thing. But nowadays, because shopping, and I see it so often that people complain about it as well, is like, especially with Etsy, they've made it available to where you can sell products that aren't handmade. That's a whole nother subject for a whole nother day. And they come from China, or they're mass-produced items or stuff like that. So essentially what you want to do is these pictures right here have to be pictures of you, yourself, making the product. You are the face of your business. People want to connect and know that you're not getting your things from China or from Hobby Lobby and reselling it or something like that, they want to know who they're buying from. And it is very, very, very important for a lot of people. I don't remember the percentage of it. Etsy had came out with ratios for it, and there's been a lot of market research that, especially nowadays, because of like people are so made in America or made in your state, made in your county, made in your city. They also want to know who it is that they are supporting, and you are connecting in a personal level with that. So you want to put in there your picture. My mother-in-law, I had switched her picture to, I had switched this to a picture of her, and she was like, I don't like my picture taken. So she switched to something else. And it like irks me so much because I'm like, that's not what you're supposed to be doing. She's like, I don't care. I don't want my picture up there. She's not as busy, and I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but all I know is when a customer is looking to support a mom, to support a friend, to support, a fellow business owner, or anything else like that, they just want to make sure that they're buying a handmade item. That is what Etsy is all about. So they want to make sure that they're not getting a mass-produced product from Hobby Lobby or China or Michael's or anything else like that. So putting your picture there instead of a logo just says that, hi, it's me. I'm not Amazon. It's one person. We're here. And I'm making all your decorations. Essentially, that's what it is. So especially if you're making bracelets and everything else like that, just put a picture of yourself there. Just get a cute one. Something that is often not thought about that is a huge helper is if you offer a ton of items. Let's say you're a jewelry maker and you offer necklaces, rings, bracelets, anklets, toe rings. I'm not earrings. I'm not a very big jewelry wearer. The same 3 pieces that I wear today, I wear every day. I never change them out. But you get the gist. You make like 6 different items. You want to use these sections. They're called shop sections, and you can change them. Let's see here. We'll go over. Oh, I'm in the edit. Hold on. Okay, we'll go back over. Let me load it up for you so I can show you what it is that we're talking about. Internet is very slow here today. Okay, so in order to add these sections that are over here to the left on your home page, if you're in your Etsy listings, at the very right, it says sections, and you can press this thing called manage. And then you can get up to 20 sections, go down and add a section if you want to, and just start naming sections. Then when you're done doing that, when you're listing your items, it does ask you if you want to put it in a section, and then at that point you can start putting your items into sections. Now, my website is listed on an alphabetical order from A to Z. I don't particularly care for it. And actually, the psychology of the buyer is that they like to have their lists go from short to long. So you can tell on my thing outside of this on sale thing, which irks me that it won't move, is that it goes from shortest to the longest tag. Your eye just wants to follow that tag. That's what your buyer is. So that's exactly how you should set it up, is from the shortest section to the longest section, not in alphabetical order. I know a lot of people want to put it that way, but we should not be putting it that way, especially when it comes to Etsy and how the buyer likes to read Etsy. I totally missed a step. So let me just go back for a second and also ask you if when you look at your shop, is it something that you would want to buy from? That is very, 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 very important. Let me go out into the edit and I'll go in there. There are times when I'm looking at other people's shops or even my mother-in-law's shop and stuff like that. When I was helping her fix it up, I asked her, is this a shop that you would want to shop at? And she was like, no, I really don't know what she sells, or I didn't really like the pictures or anything else like that. If you're looking at your shop and you would not buy from your shop, take your emotions out of your product and everything else like that. But if it does not scream to you that you want to buy from your own shop, that means that you got to change it. I know that's a tough pill to swallow. Trust me. There is times where I look back at like old pictures that I had posted on my listings and stuff like that. I'm like, ugh, gross. And throughout the years, your aesthetic changes, the way that you perceive things changes, and everything else like that. So I'm always constantly changing my backdrop or anything, or lighting, or the way I edit pictures or take pictures or anything else like that. It's always changing. It's always evolving. So don't harp on yourself if currently today you would not shop at your own shop, because you can change that, and it doesn't have to be everything right now. You can start with one item, and then as you have time, always be working on your shop. So it is important that when you take a look at your shop, that you were like, oh my word, I would totally shop here. Ooh, this picture right here, I need to change. If I was a shopper, I would not like, what is she selling? It's like half seen. You see how there's not like a full picture of what it is that I'm selling? Oh, I need to change that. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I look at my own shop and think, as a buyer, what is she selling? I don't know. I know that the tag says Valentine's Day cards, but like, I don't get a full picture of what the Valentine's Day card is that I'm selling. So again, same thing that you want to do too, is just look at your shop. Is it something that you would purchase, something that you would buy? If it's not, then you need to change things around to make it look like it is what you want to purchase from. Okay, so going back to the very top where your announcement is. I don't think I saw that on the first. Nope, when you're in the edit button, it changes and it goes away. Okay, so here is your announcement, and you can change that somewhere else, and I'll show that to you in a second. But in your announcement, I know that in the grand scheme of things, your customer will not be reading any of what I'm about ready to tell you. But it is important that it is filled out, because there is 1% of the buyer, maybe it's even 0.5%, that do end up reading that stuff, reading this next stuff that I'm trying to tell you to do. It is important. And I just want you to know is that although many people don't read that stuff, it is important, because I know that when I did my Michaels ad campaign, the lady who reached out to me was looking at my Etsy shop, and she read everything. She was like, oh my gosh, I love your story. I read it on your Etsy shop. So it is important. Somebody out there will read it, and it will be important to them. So make it look like it's all filled out and looks beautiful. And for that 1% of people that do end up reading it, and they're like, oh my gosh, I connected with that person because of yada, yada, yada. It's important. It's important. And I've said this about the Etsy listings. If Etsy asks you to put something in there and it says it's optional, but there's still an option to fill it out, fill it out. It doesn't need to be a long drawn out thing. I am a talker. I also like to type. I talk and type. That's how I do things. So it's important that you do that as well. So for mine, at the very top, because of everything that's been going on in the world and stuff like that, a lot of shipping carrier delays have been a huge issue, especially back in early 2020, when mail was just at a slug pace, especially going into the international world. And I know that recently, like, Australia has suspended mail service. So, with that being said, at the very top, I had put, like, there are going to be potential delays. Please just bear with us, and everything else like that. But essentially, you're just going to say, hey, this is me. Welcome. This is what I sell. I like custom orders if you take them. If you don't, that's fine. Don't put it in there. But just, just random announcements. If you have like shipping times, like things ship on a Wednesday. If you order, doesn't matter when you order, I always ship on a Wednesday or whatever. This is where you would want to put that right there. That's where you want to put it. At the very bottom, when you go past your listings, past your reviews, there is going to be another spot down here where this is about you, and this is everything. This you want to say is the story of you and your shop. This is where people will connect with you. This is where that lady from Michael's connected with me and was like, oh my gosh, we want to work with you because she read this about me page. And it is very important. And going back to that little icon at the very top where we talked about having that little icon be your face because your customer wants to connect with you. This is the way that you connect with your buyers to where they want to buy from you because of X, Y, and Z. I have recently updated my bio to be more about what has been going on, less about how long I've started because, hello, I have been on Etsy since 2012. It is a long time ago. That is some long stuff. Everyone knows or should know at 2012, like that was a really, really long time ago. That's ancient history, so I'm not going to talk about it at all whatsoever. What I am going to talk about is everything that's happening currently right now, why I run this shop, what keeps me going, my whys of what this is, who you're supporting, what I make, kind of the gist of everything. So this is kind of where it's at. On my shop, you can add in pictures, you can do a video. I used to have a video on here, but not anymore. I don't know why, but there used to be. But it's just like your space, your working space, where you take your pictures, anything else like that. If you have like a lot of custom papers or charms or anything else like that, and something, and a lot of people are like, oh, do you have this color? But they see this picture and they're like, oh, yep, she does have this color. Same thing with the charms. Like if you're a jewelry maker and you have charms, if you're a fabric designer for clothes or anything else like that, it's important for you to show that you have a vast variety of items. So that's essentially what this entire slideshow is at the very top. And remember, this is who I am. So make sure you put a picture of who you're supporting, who you are, your story, your workspace, anything else like that. And also in the shop is the same thing. Remember, I've started in 2012, so the reason why I started is ancient history, but the reason why I'm still here and still working and doing everything is right here. This shop is my family's sole income. Yes, you're watching this on YouTube, and yes, this shop of mine is the sole income of my family. This is why you're supporting me, and why you're supporting my entire family is because this is it. If we don't sell any party decorations today, we won't be eating tomorrow type thing. So that's why I want my customers to know, like, hey, this is important to us. If you have multiple shop members, put it on there. There are people that have dogs and cats and their children. No, I love my dog. He is my dog son. He is on my name plaque for overneath my fireplace. There's pictures of him. I love him so much. You will not see my dog's picture on the shop members. Please, 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 if you have them on there, take them off. Dogs, cats, fish, lizards, rabbits, birds, I've seen it all. Take them off now. Do it, please. On that note, your children, take it off now. When it comes to a customer and they're ordering something from a professional, because that is what you are when you open up an Etsy shop. You are no longer a small-time crafter type deal. You want to be a professional. You want to make this business. You want to grow it into something amazing. You want to be a work-at-home parent or make this a sole income. You need to be a professional. And a professional does not have their children helping. Now, my children do help, but they help with like applying stickers or cutting paper. My daughter strings banners because she's 16 and she can do a very, very good job doing that. But what people and customers don't want to see is this is a craft and we're just crafting to make a little bit of money. It kind of cheapens your product and your entire brand. On that note, pets. There are people that are allergic to cats, dogs, fish, birds, anything else. And it kind of turns people off, like pet hair. I know I'm not a cat person, but cats kind of have a little bit of an odor to them if you don't change the litter box and everything else like that. And it kind of makes it feel dirty. Again, if that's the perception that you would like to leave off with, then by all means keep it on there. But as a shop owner since 2012 and a Etsy shop buyer, I would not. It turns me off when I see a shop member and they list an animal or a kid, and I have kids. So I'm trying to say this is the nicest way possible, but please, by all means, take your kids and your pets out of your shop out of your shop members. If your significant other is helping you with design work or packaging, that's cool because it's another adult that's doing a professional job. If it's your sister, or anything else like that, that's an adult that's doing a professional job. That's where you want to put that. But yeah, limit the kids, limit the dog, limit the pets thing. Please, please, please. Okay. So going down here, I know that like, this is kind of like the mundane, not fun things. Just once you do it once, you don't have to do it again. I'm telling you, I can't remember the last time I've actually changed this. And it says the last updated was August 30th of 2020. And I don't remember why I even changed it. Couldn't tell you. Because maybe that's when they came out with this feature, because it wasn't always like this before. But I mean, I don't know. Once you do it once, just do it again. And this is all, if you go over into the first tab that I had opened. Oh, look. The first tab, you can change and add pictures. You can do up to 5 with your captions, and then you can change your about me, and then this is where you change your shop policies. So you go here and you answer all these questions. It's very easy. Just answer them once. Like I said, you'll never have to answer it again after that. Maybe I had changed the estimated ship times. I'm not entirely sure. 2020 was 2 years ago. That's a long time. But essentially, just answer all the questions. If your shipping date is set to whatever it is, then set it there. Set it and forget it, essentially. That's exactly what's going to happen. Frequently asked questions. All of these are old. Yeah, I can't tell you. Oh, seller details. I clearly have to change this. But because I'm not in Kentucky anymore. But all of this stuff right here, the frequently asked questions, this was done a long, long, long time ago. And I don't even, when I'm a buyer on Etsy, I don't even see them for other people's shops. I don't even know if it's important. I get asked a lot of frequently asked questions about things, and I have snippets for my conversations. So I don't even know if this is like a thing or not. Clearly it's on my homepage because it's there. Again, you're setting it and forgetting it. So I guess if you do have questions, frequently asked questions, now's the time to put it in there. But to be honest with you, I don't think it's that important. Like I said, as a buyer of a lot of Etsy shops and stuff like that, I don't ever see them for anyone else. I don't even know if it's important for me. No one ever says, oh, I looked at your frequently asked questions and it says that 99% of your items are made to order. No one's ever said that to me. So I don't know if it's really that important. Okay, so I think that was it on that. Clearly I have to change all of this personal information, but otherwise that, I feel like there was one more thing that I wanted to show you today before I was done, and I don't think I can remember. Oh, the way you organize, and this is kind of fun and exciting too, especially when it comes, ouch, sorry. I hit my elbow and the dog started barking. Um, okay, so this is kind of important, and I know that you can change it all the time, but for me, especially because I'm dealing with like themes, and like groups of things, right? So like if you sell like Christmas napkins and then Easter napkins, and you're like in different holidays, this might be important for you as well. But it would just be nice to have a little bit of organization. I know that for me, when I am doing my items, I always list it. So generally, when I'm listing items, I like it's all in a theme. That's how I do my work. So like when I was doing the lumberjack banner, I had only gotten an order for the lumberjack banner, and the way that I have trained myself is that when I'm doing one item, I go ahead and design all the rest of it. When I take a picture of that, then I have all the rest of it. It's like a long process for me. In the end, it has helped a lot because then I don't have to stop what I'm doing. If I get some random request for a cake topper, I don't have to like re-photograph, reset it up, or do everything else. It's all just done. It's kind of a lengthy process. I enjoy doing it that way. But if you don't do that and you're like, I'm listing something that's Christmassy here, and then 2 months later I'm gonna change and do a different Christmas item, and it's like, then when you start listing, it starts to get really disorganized and not functional. Up here, when you're in your edit homepage thing, right here it says rearrange items. Click that button, and then you can change the order of the way things look. So especially now, what should be done for me is like all of these Halloween items, it's not Halloween, and it's not even close to Halloween. So I should be putting these to the back of the shop, and then all you would do, like for this Halloween banner, I would just move it, like click this little button that's right here, and then take it to the 8th page, and it will take it all the way to the 8th page. For me, my 8th page is generally going to be like the random one-offs of like, invitations that I don't have a lot of or anything else like that, or even SVG downloads that I sometimes offer for sale. I don't generally do that, but just one-offs. I don't have like a full theme for it, so it just gets pushed to the back of the page. That's what generally page 8 is for me. But that's essentially what I would do, is I would just start moving around, and it is a little time consuming. I change it monthly, or even if it's going past a holiday, then I do change it. So if we pass Christmas and then we move on to Valentine's Day, then I'll go in between the Christmas and Valentine's Day and change the order of my shop. On that note, if you go into the very beginning of my homepage, at the very top, what's current? I mean, it's January 21st, so what's going to be on people's minds is Valentine's Day stuff. So that's why I have Valentine's Day like front and center right there. So people know like, hey, Valentine's Day is coming up. This is what you want to purchase. So if you have like bestsellers or anything else like that, there's the time to put it. Okay. I'm pretty sure that was it. That was the most exciting way to do it, but it's very, very, very helpful. If you have any other questions, again, make sure and leave those in the comments, because if you have a question, 90% of the time, if you have the question, someone else has that same question, and they need to know the answers too. So just leave it in the comments field. I will, of course, answer your questions, and hopefully that will help alleviate other people's questions, because they can read, and they won't have to wait for a response from me. All right. Thank you. Have a good day.